tweet because I'm still not logged in.
You can tweet. I'm a tweet,
all right.
bro.
We should be live any moment now.
Woo!
Hello, everyone. How's it going? Hope you guys are doing well. We are live. This is Awesome Hardware.
It is.
This is a live show. We talk about technology, mostly computer parts. We also drink a few beers. Sometimes we say a few curse words, so bear that in mind.
Shit.
If you happen to... It really defeats the purpose of the disclaimer if you immediately...
No, it gets them prepared. It gets them even. It keeps them. Yeah, keeps them aware. Yeah.
Exactly.
I like it.
Exactly how it works.
Yep.
Anyway, though, yeah, so apologies to any of you guys who are easily offended, as Kyle has already been trying to push things as hard as he can.
Absolutely.
Anyway, this is episode number 126. Every Tuesday evening, we stream this live show to twitch.tv/awesomehardware, and then we stream two halves. Half A has already been streamed to Kyle's channel, which is called Bitwit.
Sure
Link
is.
to that is in the description. But yeah, that's why we've already had some drinking done. We've already been talking about stuff for a while, so if you want to see what got us to the point where we are at right now, then definitely go check out his link.
If you want to see why we're slurring our words, check out side A.
Exactly. That's basically what I'm saying. Beyond that, though, big thanks to all you guys who are watching us live, whether it's on YouTube or whether it's on Twitch. Many thanks to you guys for being here. I am going to... Hold on. No! Spell that correctly. All right. Today we're going to be talking about what? Newegg.
Newegg.
Talk about
crime scandal.
AMD's new drivers, which are for minors. And
Witcher? We're talking about The Witcher?
We're not talking about The Witcher.
Oh.
Don't know where you got that from.
It sounded like you said Witcher.
But yeah, also Intel's VROC RAID stuff. So some content there, and also it's fall.
Fall.
It's a seasonal show.
It is.
So later in the show, we're gonna have a fall festival. We're gonna carve a goddamn pumpkin.
Yeah.
We're gonna eat some goddamn pie.
Ooh.
That's the plan.
That sounds
plan, at
delicious.
least. Anyway, if you want to help support our channels, if you've watched and you've been like, you know, I like the cut of their jibs or that sort of thing, check out our stores. paulshardware.net is mine. We have some awesome hardware merch.
We do.
Long requested, finally fulfilled. This one's designed by Brian. It's the sword fight shirt. It has a sword fight on the front and the awesome hardware text on the back, like so. Also got the RGB everything shirts. I have just recently introduced a stainless steel bottle opener with my logo on it. Also have some mugs, pint glasses, some hats, some zip-up hoodies and pullover hoodies. Also Kyle's store, bitwit.tech/store. He also has lots of fine merchandise, and it will be shipped to you, and you will enjoy and love it.
Yes, you will.
If you buy stuff during the show, at the end of each half, we say your name, and we thank you. Because we're very thankful for people who support us. All right. Let's get into the meat, though. Let's dive into the meat.
Sounds great.
And first off, continuing tech news. Actually, no, we can't do that yet. We can't do that.
What? Why not? Oh, because you have to pour beer.
I need a beer.
Of course. We are drinking some Sam Adams Oktoberfest.
Yes.
Special beer.
It is October.
Hearty and smooth.
Sam Adams does a quite decent Oktoberfest brew, so that's what I got.
Indeed.
And I'm just pouring this out here so we can quickly say cheers.
Cheers to all of you.
There we go.
For watching.
Cheers.
Cheers. It's all downhill from here.
Thank you so much for being here,
For quite some time.
everyone. Let's start with the AMD news. AMD just today has released their Radeon Software Crimson ReLive Edition 17.10.2 drivers. And you might be somewhat interested in these. In particular, I guess, if you have an AMD graphics card. Or you might just be interested in the news of it, which is that the driver is specifically aimed at some games that have just recently launched. Destiny 2 came out today for the PC. Some people have been playing it. Dimitri doesn't like it.
It's just the game itself?
Yeah, he doesn't like it.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Wow.
I saw him tweet about it. He was like, Destiny 2
Fuck
sucks.
This game. Fuck. Bullshit. It's not pretty enough.
But yeah, the game itself has been doing quite well. I believe it is the best-selling game of 2017 so far. and
Wow.
already launched on consoles, just now launched on PC. But beyond Destiny 2, this actual software update is also meant for a few other games. I'm pressing the wrong button. Assassin's Creed Origins, which will launch on October 27th in just 3 days. Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus launches also on the 27th, also in 3 days. Did I say 3 days the first time, or 2?
I think you said 3.
Okay, I meant to say
But
3.
Don't trust me.
Both times. Also some support for the Windows 10 Fall Creators Update. So people who have AMD graphics cards, you should probably jump on this and get in on it. But beyond that, there's of course lots of ongoing controversy and discussion over the impact of cryptocurrency mining, specifically cryptocurrency mining on GPUs, and how it's impacted the overall marketplace.
Right.
I did a video on this roughly a week ago now.
Which is doing insanely well.
That people keep watching, and I'm just like, all I was doing was
insanely well.
all I was doing was complaining about stuff. But okay, all right.
Complaining
You
is a viral element.
I'll try to think of some more things to complain about that people want to watch.
I'm just gonna start bitching at every one of my videos from now on.
But cool.
Ah, fuck this shit.
But no, my main point there was that there's lots of cool stuff that's come out this year. AMD getting back in the game, Radeon's new launches with Vega and everything. There's some exciting launches, but the actual upshot for people is that it's still very expensive in certain areas to buy into getting a gaming PC, mostly with graphics cards and also memory right now. But if the mining thing is a problem, is it or is it not being encouraged by the GPU manufacturers themselves? We've talked a little bit about AMD launching some mining support with their Vega drivers, Vega 56 and Vega 64, very close to the launch of those cards, which seemed slightly disingenuous since they were talking about, like, oh, we want to get these cards into the hands of gamers and stuff like that. Like, look, AMD, if you guys want to sell to miners, that's fine. You're making a product, you're selling it, you're making a profit. But don't pretend you're doing one thing and actually do another.
Yeah.
Because this update also provides driver support for up to 12, Windows 10 configurations of up to 12 compute-focused GPUs and GPU workload toggle. So the GPU workload toggle will basically switch the graphics card between a mode that's optimized for gaming versus a mode that's optimized for GPU compute stuff. Now, when it comes to cryptocurrency mining in general, often crypto miners will be already using custom VBIOSes and even custom drivers, for example. So it's hard to say how much of an impact this is actually going to have. But for people who aren't as in-depth into it for enabling that type of stuff, and if you are mining on graphics cards that are supported by this, then it will probably help out your output. If you're interested, this is going to help select RX 500, RX 400, R9 390, R9 380, R9 290, and R9 285 cards, specifically with GPU workload stuff, but that it basically equates to GPU mining. So AMD is continuing to support mining on their graphics cards, and you can look at it two ways. You can say their business, they're selling their product to people who want to buy it, or you can say they're supposed to be making gaming graphics cards, so them supporting other things besides gaming is stupid.
It just seems funny that it just feels like yesterday when we were at that the AMD RX Vega press event, and they were just, and they were like, we have these Radeon packs. We've devised this amazing initiative to really cock-block the GPU miners to open up our inventory for die-hard gamers who just want to play games, and middle fingers up to the miners with all these Radeon packs. And now we're here, what feels like a couple weeks later, and
months.
Months
probably.
What feels like a couple weeks. But yes. But still, even if it's a couple months later, it just feels kind of like they might be backtracking on their initial promises or something. But
yes, but if nothing else, it's more proof to add that the GPU manufacturers are very well aware that a significant amount of their products is being bought by cryptocurrency miners, and that is a customer that they're willing to support to some degree.
Yeah.
And we'll see if they're able to meet the demand, because it's a decision you make when you're doing manufacturing. Is like, how much of any given product should we produce? And they typically will rein in production if demand isn't there, because you don't want to overproduce, you don't want to oversaturate the market with your product and lower the price, and at the same time you don't want to overinvest in the amount of money that you're putting into the production process as far as paying the workers and all that kind of thing. So if this really is just such a thing where it's like, all right, we see that Bitcoin mining is kind of here to stay, and the ASIC resistance stuff like Ethereum and that kind of thing, where it's like you can't really build an ASIC to just do it, because it's really just kind of more, it's just x86 processing. It's not something that you can make a very simple SoC or something like that to handle. Yeah. So, but if they're able to ramp up their production to meet the demand of this, then they can maintain prices and everyone's happy. So, hopefully that's what we're going to see, is that really what they're going to be doing is just being like, all right, there's lots of people who want these. Let's ramp up production, and then, you know, maybe in a few months it'll. I mean, we have started to see some evening out of prices. We haven't seen drops in prices like you'd expect to see after a year of a product being out, like a GTX 1060.
Sure.
But you have at least seen sub $300 RX 580s, for example, are starting to become a little bit more available and that kind of thing. But anyway, let's move on.
Alrighty.
Newegg.
What do we got?
Oh, yes. Full disclosure, Kyle and I both are former Newegg employees, although we both left as of, what was that, 2014?
2015.
2015? I guess 2014 we left. Formally 2015 we were still doing contract work.
Yeah. End of
specific.
2014, yeah.
Yes. Anyway, a Korean bank, or a group of Korean banks, has sued Newegg. They're alleging that Newegg has aided in a massive fraud, which is, and this is a fun picture of a...
One of those mirror things.
That person looks familiar.
It kind of does.
Never mind, though. Never mind.
Nope, moving on.
Anyway, though, Newegg and ASI are the two companies that are being sued. This is a federal court in Los Angeles by several major Korean banks. The Industrial Bank of Korea, the Nonghyup Bank, Keb Hana Bank, and Kookmin Bank are all alleging that Newegg and ASI Corporation pursued fraudulent deals with a company called Manual. And Manual is a Korean electronics manufacturer that sold home theater PCs, as well as cheap robotic vacuum cleaners, as well as other products as well, from my understanding. In 2015, Manual's CEO at that time, Park Han-suk, was convicted by the Seoul Central District Court of fraud and has been sentenced to 23 years in prison, and was also ordered to forfeit more than $31 million of his ill-gotten gains. The banks loaned large sums of money. The banks involved in this suit loaned large sums of money to Manual, and they're now targeting American companies that they believe aided in Manual's fraud. The lawsuit was first reported by the Los Angeles Times on Friday. It accuses Newegg and ASI, two American retailers that sold Manual products, of issuing fake sales orders. According to the civil complaint, Manual purported to charge ASI and Newegg between $2,530 and $2,980, $2,500 to $3,000 per HTPC unit from Manual, when in reality these HTPCs were only worth about $8 per unit.
Wow.
So the idea here is that they used the Newegg sales orders for these products with the inflated prices in order to prove that there were pending sales in order to obtain loans from these banks that were ended up being fraudulent.
Makes sense.
That's what's going on.
Interesting.
And it's something, from what I've been reading, of a big deal if it actually turns out to be True.
Because they're under the impression, like, banks won't know how much this HTPC is worth. We could easily say, oh, it's the technology that's built in. It's a $3,000 unit. It's like, no, guys, it was made in China. It's running on an Atom processor. It cost you $8. That type of thing. Give us a loan, bitch.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
On the same
So
page.
kind of leaning on perhaps the tech tech literacy of the people who are running the numbers, perhaps.
Right.
That kind of thing.
But one of the guys who worked at the bank probably watches our videos.
Maybe.
That's what has to happen. Happen.
Yeah. Our ARS Technica, that's where this article comes from, by the way, did talk to Matt Stratham. You remember Matt?
Matt.
Do you remember Matt?
Which one was Matt?
Matt was he's legal counsel for Newegg. He was there when I was there, so I have met Matt. But, hi Matt. I doubt you're watching, but if you are.
Hi Matt, if I've met you.
Hi Matt,
probably
how's it going? They have denied any wrongdoing. Newegg prides itself on conducting business fairly, ethically, and honestly. The company vehemently denies the allegations in the complaint filed last week. Newegg intends to vigorously defend itself against those unfounded charges. Similarly, Crystal Yuan of ASI's legal department told ARS Technica that their company stopped doing business with Manual several years ago.
All right.
Yes, but anyway, this is ongoing. It is, yeah. So they've been sued. We'll hopefully follow up with you guys later on if we find out what actually happens with all that.
Get the inside scoop. Cool.
Yeah. Next up, Intel's VROC.
Is it dead?
It's not dead.
It's not dead?
According to PC World and Gordon Ung, it's not dead. It's just trapped in a hardware bundle. There's been a lot of confusion, questions, and whatnot about VROC. The functionality of VROC has been pretty well understood for a while now. It is a dongle or an add-on. It's a physical hardware piece that you plug into an X299 motherboard that will enable additional RAID configurations. Specifically, VROC stands for Virtual RAID on CPU, and this will allow you to, for example, set up a RAID array with, say, direct PCI Express Gen 3 connections to the CPU and have it be a bootable array. Mm-hmm. Whereas prior to now, you'd have to set up something like that through the chipset, which might be limited in bandwidth and that kind of thing.
Right.
So it's a cool function. It's something that a lot of people have been interested in. It's something that AMD has sort of made more widely available to people just recently as well.
Threadripper?
With their Threadripper platform, although there's some weird functional quirks with that implementation as well. But anyway, on the Intel side of it, originally there was speculation that these little dongles were going to cost like $500 each or whatever. But now it seems like Intel is going to be offering them to people in hardware bundles.
With motherboards, like paired with MOBOs?
So VROC keys will be available in only two ways. Bundled with new X299 motherboards or bundled with Intel SSDs. Okay. That's how you get it.
Because VROC is still only compatible with Intel NVMe SSDs, correct?
That also appears to be something that they're going forward with as well. According to this article, Intel says it's leaving it up to board and system vendors to decide what to do for those who have already purchased X299 motherboards and systems.
Right.
But yeah, it's still kind of a weird situation. It's still not fully like. I'm still not fully grasping it, but I guess for now, if you were trying to get your hands on a VROC key, you might be able to buy it in a bundle with a motherboard or in a bundle with an Intel SSD.
Interesting.
Yeah. At Computex, they were talking about potential different VROC prices for the different keys that might enable RAID 0 or RAID 1 or RAID 5. Costing $100 to $150, and a lot of actual UEFIs do have updates that will show you VROC functions, but they won't actually work unless the key is plugged in. So
that's
just a continuing kind of weird situation with that, and we'll hopefully bring you guys more info on that.
Seems like another.
Once we know more, once we actually see a bundle with it advertised as part of it, like here. Like
it feels like definitely like another one of those responses to AMD. I mean, after AMD, you know, allowed support for bootable NVMe on Threadripper for pretty much for free. Because I can't imagine that all those rumors of the dongles being $500 just came out of literally nowhere. I feel like maybe somebody knew something, and that was perhaps Intel's original plan until AMD was like, hey, we'll give it to you for free, as AMD tends to do to some degree. And then that's when maybe Intel was like, all right, maybe we'll just start bundling it with whatever VROC supported boards there are to stay competitive.
Yeah, so this might also
like
be a follow-up. You know, Intel might have been waiting for AMD to launch their Threadripper thing and to see how well that took off and kind of base their response on that. They're also having to deal with the potential overlap of this with the functionality of some of their higher-end server and enterprise stuff, which is very expensive, and they don't want to offer an equivalent solution for much less, since this is kind of an X299, it's more of a consumer platform. So yeah, hopefully we'll see more information soon, or maybe actually see some products for sale that say like, oh, like how much more, if you're gonna buy an Intel 750 series 1.2 terabyte hard drive or SSD for X dollars, whatever it costs right now, that plus a VROC key, how much would that cost?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. What's that gonna be?
Right.
So yeah, and the article does say, although we have seen some testing, like Derbauer did some testing that I believe seemed to indicate that you might be able to do other SSDs with VROC. The article says that Intel has confirmed that they're still doing Intel SSDs only, which also is very limiting, so makes it less of an interesting feature from the get-go. But let's move on.
Okay.
Net neutrality. We've been trying to kind of keep you guys slightly up to date with.
What now?
This is from techdirt.com. The FCC has accepted a bunch of comments on net neutrality, and they've already planned to basically publish their decision for what to do next on the day before Thanksgiving, which probably in the evening on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, which is a very popular time to try to bury news, because then you have Thanksgiving and the long weekend and everything, and stuff goes away a little bit more. So
apparently not anymore. Now that all these journalists are catching on and releasing articles about how the FCC is trying to be sneaky AF.
Well, I mean, we've been trying to talk to people about this, because like net neutrality as a general concept is something that everyone supports. I guess I can't say everyone, but like the majority of people support.
The people.
If you explain it as a concept, look, I have a connection to the internet. There's lots of different locations on the internet where I might want to access data from or access websites from. Whichever one of those I'm accessing, that data should be provided to me in the same fashion from one site to the other.
Because the people have nothing to gain from net neutrality going away. They have zero to gain.
It's a very simple concept, and it's something that everyone supports. Now,
only the corporations.
The discussion that you have now, that's going on right now, is like, well, the FCC right now, they've classified internet service providers as common carriers under Title II of, they're Title II common carriers, which means that they can be regulated as utilities, which gives the FCC the legal means to actually enforce net neutrality. Now, the discussion that you'll see now and the arguments that you'll see against this is like, well, that's heavy-handed and we don't need that sort of government intervention. The solution should be that we have legislation, that we enshrine in law the prospect of net neutrality, which is fine. And I'd be totally fine with that. Just to be clear, if there was a law that was passed that said, here's net neutrality and stuff in the internet should be treated equally and everything, and there wasn't a bunch of sub-paragraphs put in by internet service providers of exceptions and that kind of thing, I'd be totally fine with that. The thing is, the light touch approach that the FCC was using, in 2014, Verizon sued them and said, no, you can't do this. So the FCC was like, all right, well, in order to prevent Verizon and other internet service providers from doing stuff like throttling your connection to Netflix because you're trying to watch a movie because suddenly they're like, oh no, people are using the data that we sold them. Like, oh, we sold them we promised them, that they'd have this much download and this much upload, and they're actually using it because they're streaming video.
Of the things we promised you.
Oh no. So they throttled that. They wouldn't throttle that. There's plenty of evidence of that. And then the response to that was like, all right, well, they need some means of enforcing it. And the answer to that in the time in 2015 was Title II.
Yeah.
Now, if there's a solution beyond Title II that involves a law being passed that says net neutrality is net neutrality, lots of people are behind that. It's fine. Yeah. However it's enforce it one way or enforce it the other.
Right.
The point is, right now, the FCC is being run by Ajit Pai. He's a former lawyer for Verizon. He's very, very clear in his intentions of removing the net neutrality restrictions right now.
Yeah.
And the fear of people is that that's going to be removed without some legal means in place to prevent internet service providers from doing otherwise. So, anyway, all that said...
I wonder how much ISPs are... how much money they're going to give Ajit Pai if he demolishes net neutrality. I wonder how much is on the line for him. Do you think he's thinking about like $2 billion to fuck over the world?
There are tons of resources that you can go to see all of the money that have been paid to members of Congress and senators.
Yeah.
Donations to their campaigns, which might have influenced their decisions one way or another. So that's one thing. Yeah. But it's pretty crappy and shady that they're planning very specifically on this very specific day that's been used many times in the past to try to like sweep stuff under the rug. Oh, we're going to do it on this day. Especially when you look at all of the 22 million comments that have been provided to them. And if you look at the ones that aren't provided by form documents, like 98% of them are in favor of net neutrality. So, yeah. I'm okay if it's not enforced via Title II. I'm okay with that. But I'm not okay with Title II being removed and saying, like, we're going to remove this, and then we'll do legislation in the future.
Yeah, no.
You can't do that.
That'll never happen.
Like, the laws have to be passed first.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
If you're relying on the existing executive or legislative branch to pass any laws right now, well, let's move on. All right.
This can go way deeper if we let it, but we do have a show to finish.
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
We did some donations to Puerto Rico a few weeks back. I think that was actually maybe 3 or 4 weeks back on the show, because after the United States suffered a slew of hurricanes this hurricane season in September, Puerto Rico was hit really hard. A significant amount of their infrastructure was leveled, and if anyone out there still has the means to provide any further donations to Puerto Rico, we highly encourage it, because they're still having a pretty rough time. But in the tech news side of it, Google has actually, or Alphabet I guess I should say, the parent company of Google, has actually been deploying Project Loon to provide some connectivity to hard-hit areas of the island. And you can see one of their balloons here with a solar array on it, and this is actually in Nevada, but it's on its way to Puerto Rico. Can they really launch something in Nevada and fly it to Puerto Rico? That's pretty crazy.
They're Alphabet. They can do anything.
But yeah. Hurricane Irma took 95% of Puerto Rico's cell phone towers. These balloons are a way to extend the range of their existing cellular network. And
deploy Wi-Fi extender.
Yeah. And one of the major benefits is the fact that these balloons are up in the air, so they don't have to deal with as much of interference with structures and that kind of thing, or the limitations of the internet towers, cell phone towers, that kind of thing, that are kind of connected to terra firma. Anyway, this is another ARS Technica article linked in the description, like all of my articles are, so if you guys want to read a little bit more up on it, please check that out. I wanted to have a few more notes on this, but I don't. I'm sorry about that. I was running out of time. But a single balloon can serve an area the size of Rhode Island.
Wow.
And Puerto Rico is about 3 times the size of Rhode Island.
So they only need 3 balloons.
Theoretically. I would imagine given the shape and everything, maybe
Depends on-
maybe one or two more than that.
Depends
but,
on how much Netflix the Puerto Ricans are watching.
Yeah, but
at
I would
any given time.
I would imagine it would be a massive help to them right now, since much of the island is still without power.
Yeah.
As well as without access to drinking water.
And it makes sense.
So,
I mean, Alphabet,
pretty tough
has a
situation.
vested interest in getting people back online because they own Google. And the more people they've got on the interwebs, the more ads and more ad sales and revenue and shit they can rack up, and advertising, things like that. So
Yes, it's
mutually beneficial.
It's motivated purely by profit.
Yep.
But,
most likely. But
all
everyone
right.
wins. Now.
1 week ago, also on Twitch, we were broadcasting on Twitch, actually, I believe, when part of this happened. But there was a giant robot fight.
Oh, this is so sad.
Were you familiar with that at all?
Yeah, I was.
It was a big old robot fights.
Disappointing.
We talked a little bit about, I think, about kind of lead up to this. It was Japan versus the United States.
Yeah.
There were actually 3 robots in the fights. The American,
American got 2.
company was
American
called
cheated.
American Megabytes.
Megabots.
Megabots. I'm sorry, Megabots. Megabytes.
You really are a tech nerd, aren't you?
I know, exactly.
It's in my blood.
But they had a ranged attack robot called Iron Glory, 15 feet tall and 6 tons. And then they had their main robot, which was called Eagle Prime, 12-ton robot designed to lift and saw things.
I saw lots of people.
But yeah, unfortunately, the actual thing itself, and bear in mind, like, there's people in these. There's people in these massive robots.
Right.
So
So it
as
can't be like
excited
battle
as we
bots.
are about, like, big robots fighting each other and that kind of thing, there's people in them that can't just go at it
And blow each other up.
all out
Someone will die.
and
Right.
shoot rockets and whatever.
Right.
The actual production, though, here was just slightly disappointing to people because it was staged over the course of 3 days. There was lots of downtime, apparently, for the teams to go in and do repairs
Fake
and other
news.
things on the robots themselves. And the video itself is just like, this is one of the things. This is slow-mo.
Like, no one wants to see
The one
this.
robot punched the other robot and it
Like-
fell over.
Like, no one wants to see this. They want to see real-time...
Look at that! Look at that! Oh, that punch.
And that's all stage 2. And, like...
Punched it and it fell over.
I was briefly reading over this article. It's not even like the robots are actually doing it. These are all preset moves that the pilots literally just, like, press a button and the robot does, like, a pre-configured... It's like a preset move.
Yes.
So it's not really a real-time fight. And I think it, like, took them, like, 3 days or something to shoot the entire thing. And they only got, like, 10 minutes of usable combat footage out of the whole thing. So it's like... It's cool, but not when you have this expectation... that goes on for like a year or two since they promised this fight was going to happen. That there would just be like this organic Gundam wing fight, and it would be like epic and like everyone's your imagination's always gonna outdo the reality, right? And I feel like this is a perfect example.
Every
of that.
time.
Yeah. But
So yeah,
I feel it.
unfortunately, the giant robot fight was a little bit of a letdown for a lot of people. But you know, I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic that in the future we will have the resources and the technology to have massive robots fight each other for our amusement. I think this is something that will happen. And I think it's just a matter of progress and the people who are dedicated to advancing this technology. Because honestly, like, you got people in it, right? Because, you know, obviously it's like the mech and whatever, you got the person.
Yeah.
Make these...
Autonomous.
I don't want to say autonomous. Autonomous scares me.
Choose your words carefully, Paul.
I don't want to say autonomous, but make these fully remote controlled by like a couple...
By a human.
2 or 3 human
Human control.
people. And make them in such a way that they're disposable enough
Yeah.
that complete destruction of one
Right.
wouldn't like level the company that built it or something like that.
Yeah, give them a consciousness or something
and you can
like
have
that.
robot fights.
Or maybe don't.
and
give them a
I
consciousness.
think that would be something that would really bring a lot of joy to a lot of people.
I agree.
All right. Final story here for our news is PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Many people have played it. Super popular game right now. They don't have a huge cheating problem,
They do not.
apparently,
Okay.
because their anti-cheat system is banning more than 6,000 players every single day.
Damn! Damn!
That's right.
Damn!
The-
But when you consider how many players they have worldwide,
It is
at
a
any
massive
given
amount of
time,
players, so there's
it's
still-
relative.
This article says 20,000 players were banned
on
banned
Friday.
on Friday. Samuel Horty, the author of this article on PC Gamer, said he hasn't come across a single hacker in Battlegrounds. Not an obvious one, he says. BattleEye is the company that polices their servers. The official account tweeted yesterday that between 6,000 and 13,000 players are getting their marching orders daily.
Wow.
On Saturday, it had cracked down on nearly 20,000 players within the previous 24-hour period. Vast majority of those were from China, where in-game ads recently caused a flood of negative reviews of the game to hit Steam. But yeah, they say over 322,000 cheaters have been banned from PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds so far, more than twice as many as posted by the actual official account just a month ago.
So the Chinese cheaters allegedly were only putting they were hackily adding ads.
I don't know.
Is that what that means?
I don't know.
They weren't
what,
using aimbot, but they were just putting ads in the game.
No, that's separate.
Oh, that's a separate thing.
So a lot of the it says the vast majority of the hackers that were banned in this 24-hour period were from China.
Mm-hmm.
Separately, in China, they've recently started pushing in-game ads. I believe that's from PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds side.
I see.
And the pushing of in-game ads has caused a flood of negative reviews.
I see. Got it.
But I don't know if that's just a regional thing or what.
Huh.
But anyway, point is, hacking in a video game is stupid. So don't.
Yeah.
But there we go.
Don't ruin it for everyone.
All right, let's move on to. Oh no, where'd it go? I need to.
Mail
It's supposed to be
time.
mail time. Give me a
Mail
second.
time. Can I pee really quick?
Yeah, you can.
I should have gone halfway. I didn't think about bladder.
Mail time. There it is. That was a brief pause. Hold on. I need to get the mail. Hold on. Everyone, stay there. Back. Hold on. Right here. Okay. Alright, everything's fine. Completely prepared for mail time. Alright. This is heavy. I'm dropping things. Hold on. Okay. Alright, so one of the things I intended to do before we started today's show was to go through some of these packages and remove the labels. I did not do that, but nevertheless, let's begin mail time. This first package is from John from Virginia, it looks like. Yes. I'm going to go ahead and open it. I might know of one...
Yeah.
What?
If that's candy, I want some.
I don't know if there's any candy involved.
Oh, you got some big stuff over here.
Yeah, I know.
Goodness.
That wasn't to the P.O. box. I just... Don't... Careful, these have...
Oh? The fragile sticker?
No, they're not labeled. John!
Oh, yes.
John sent me...
Why?
the Cable Mod RS Sync. This is the addressable LED.
Okay.
It's also magnetic, which is super cool.
This is from a fan?
This is from John.
John.
Who, I don't know if John is a...
Not our
I mean, I think he's a fan. I don't know if he's also... hey, Paul, here's a 3-pin addressable RGB strip for Arctic Panther.
Oh, nice.
Growl, you said you needed in part 3 of your refresh video. Would like to see it used as I ordered it by mistake for my Z270 and cannot use it. Alright, so John does not work for KiloMod. I thought it might be somebody who actually from KiloMod.
Just a handwritten note from a vendor.
3-pin not working on a 4-pin header, go figure. Keep doing what you do. I will watch and like the vid every time. Thank you very much, John.
Woo!
Thank you for sending this. And I am totally going to integrate this into Arctic Panther back there because right now it's got enough light, but it's kind of on the dimmer side. And I was considering, and I did connect up the header, so I have the lead coming off the motherboard, so I can just plug in a strip to it.
There you go.
Awesome, thank you, John.
Beautiful.
All right. Next up, also sent to the P.O. Box. By the way, guys, if you want to send me anything, P.O. Box 4325, Diamond Bar, California. That's listed in the description. All right, I think I know where this is coming from, and perhaps someone who we should get in touch with.
Oh?
I'm gonna open it. I'm gonna open it before I say anything.
Is it the president? Oh. What? What?
Do you ever watch?
Is this beef jerky?
Do you ever watch the Wayne Show?
This is one of their sponsors, isn't it?
It is.
They sent you jerky?
I don't know.
So you don't know if it's directly from them or...
I don't know if it's directly from them or if someone ordered it and had it sent to us.
Carolina Reaper infused?
That's yours.
Wait, what? How do you know it's mine?
I'm down for the maple buffalo bacon.
I'm so excited to try this. This is only the...
Actually, I think someone might have ordered this. It was sent with the LTT coupon. So someone used the latest. So
someone was watching LTT and bought us.
I don't know if anyone at Savage Jerky watches our show.
We'd love to have you as a sponsor.
The habanero buffalo, which I think will also probably be a good one for you.
I'm trying a piece of this right now.
Maple buffalo bacon, though.
For those of you unaware, Carolina Reaper, I think, currently is the hottest pepper on Earth.
There's one or two that have been made that are hotter.
Oh, really? Since then?
Yeah, but it's
not surprising at all. Yeah. But I mean, it's hotter than like a scorpion pepper, than a ghost pepper. It looks like bacon.
Mmm. Oh, that's really good. Okay.
Woo! I just got a kick.
Yeah, a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the maple buffalo bacon.
There's anchovies in it.
It's solid.
Yummy.
Thank you to whoever sent this to us.
That was really hot.
I don't know who it is.
Yeah, whoever you are, we appreciate it. Damn, that's hot.
Yeah, there's no extra note on the packing slip or anything, so.
Woo.
I don't know if that's a fan or what.
Woo.
All right.
Oh boy.
A few more things here, and these aren't sent by fans.
Woo.
These just arrived, so. I got this one here first. Yes,
sure.
Tell what that is.
Star Wars?
Figure it out later. Don't worry about it. All right. I'm gonna use my my bottle opener to open this package. Look how sharp that is.
Oh god, that jerky's really hot. I almost need to cool it down with the habanero stuff.
Seems kind of painful, maybe.
A little painful. The habanero.
Oh, nice, good.
Cool it down.
Oh, there's two things in here. I wasn't. Oh, batteries.
What?
This is an Amazon order.
Oh.
And they shipped it together, which is weird because, alright, so I got some Amazon Basics 9-volt battery. This is a shock mount.
For a mic?
Yeah, because I want to see if this fits. Hold on. Is it really that bad?
The Carolina Reaper stuff is pretty damn hot.
So you diluted it with the habanero?
Yeah. Still very hot. Woo! Woo, woo, woo! That's gonna last a while.
Alright, so recently tested my audio test. Was my ADK Audio Deutschkraft. So this is.
Ooh, that's perfect.
Ah, yay!
Is that replacing one of these?
No, it's so I can have another one mic that's set up over there that I don't have to switch around. So I actually think this is roughly the same quality. They're all condenser microphones.
Yeah.
So anyway,
That's very
all right.
nice.
One
Lovely.
last thing to open very quickly, just because it arrived today. This actually really works well as to open packages.
What's this? Ooh, like my mouth is like watering.
This, oh, they put a reviewer's guide in here too. Yeah, you're really having a hard time, aren't you?
Woo! Dude, shit's hot. Oh, nice. Ah, I know what that is.
I can't even. Are you alright?
It's really hot.
I mean, it's a Carolina Reaper. That's,
Yeah, it is. It is pretty damn hot. It's okay, don't mind me. I haven't started hiccuping yet, so I think we're good.
Yeah, if you hiccup, that's when.
Yay! I have one of these on the way. Excited to check it out.
There it is.
Oh god.
H700i.
Nice, what color did you get?
Black and white.
Beautiful.
Alright, that's all I can show for that.
Isn't that like the $200 one?
Yeah, that's the expensive one. They have
So,
3 sizes.
that's so like, cool. Speaking of cool, I could really use something cool right now.
You have beer, right?
It's warm at this point compared to the heat that I'm feeling. Oh, yeah,
Is
carry
it
on
getting
though.
worse? Is he?
It's a building
Ah,
type of heat.
really?
Ah,
You really seem uncomfortable.
yeah, it's not the most pleasant.
Okay. Well,
I'm
let's
alright, though.
let's move on then. I bet you're in a perfect state of mind for our sponsor spot.
Yeah, you know, I was
Our
just
sponsor
thinking,
for today.
how can we make this better? And I was like, paid advertisements seemed like a great way to get my mind off
Yeah, exactly.
the burning, fiery sensation
Well, we
of
have
hell.
we have to get through this, and then I think there's some relief for you just after.
Well,
There's relief for you following.
now let's make it snappy.
Just after.
All right,
so
cool.
a big thank you to DEEPCOOL for sponsoring awesome hardware.
Yeah, thank you.
Today we're featuring their DEEPCOOL Captain EX RGB.
No, I'm good. Just carry on. Just pay me no mind. I'm perfectly fine. I can handle it.
All-in-one liquid cooler. It's a 240 millimeter all-in-one. I'm gonna do a quick unboxing of this. We've unboxed it once or twice on recent episodes. They have been our sponsor for October.
Yeah.
This is available in 2 colors. So the one I'm showing right now is black. Kyle on his half of the show unboxed the white version, which has white accents on the radiator, as well as on the pump, the pump block combo, just down there at the bottom. This pump block combo also has RGB LEDs that are integrated into it that will shine and look all pretty on there, which is super nice and very convenient. Not only that, of course, comes with a couple 120 millimeter fans, so you can properly cool.
Yeah.
Rubberized grommets on the edge of these, and some cool fan blade designs on there as well.
Cool my mouth down with them.
Really?
Not very effective.
You get an RGB LED strip along with it, which is a nice little add-on, as well as a little RGB controller that you can use to control that RGB LED strip. And that will help you
Help me.
stay cool,
Kill me now.
just like Kyle.
Yeah. This is me without the Captain 240EX RGB.
Exactly. See, if he had that, he'd be a lot cooler.
I sure would.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Anyway, a quick, brief look for you guys at the. Wait, hold on. Click on.
You know what's
Martha.
also scary is like try not to touch my eyes.
Yeah, don't touch your eyes.
No, I
Oh
know,
my
I
God,
know.
that
I
would
was
kill
about
you.
to. I'm just gonna use my shirt
Destroy
here.
you.
Oh my
DEEPCOOL
God.
website is linked in the description, and the 240EX RGB does have a landing page. If you guys want some more information, feel free to check it out. And I wanted to quickly show off the RGB itself. This is a little controller you get. That's the RGB that lights up on the block pump itself.
Looks very
and
nice.
And the RGB on the
Looks great.
controller. All right, Kyle,
Yeah?
give me a second.
Okay.
Because I have something that will help you.
Okay, thank God.
Hold on.
I was waiting for this segment just because
You have to...
I figured you had something to aid in my torture. Oh. Oh God, this is what like, I don't know, like really bad. I don't even know. I can't, words. Hot is the only word I know. Oh God, is that what I think it is?
This is ice cream.
Oh, thank God. Yes. Your timing could have not come in any more perfectly. I am dying right now.
That's ice cream. Hold on. It's now
I'm not
time
like-
for our next segment. Where'd it go? Just the fall festival. Time
Yeah.
for the fall festival.
And yeah, if that includes ice cream,
Yeah, just take a bite.
yeah, I'm not waiting for any formalities right now. Oh, looks like someone's already dug in. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've had some of it. We've had some of it already.
There is a God.
That's
Oh.
it's gotta have a nice cooling effect.
It really does.
Well, you know what's gonna go very nicely with that, Kyle?
What? What's that?
Some homemade apple pie.
Ooh, homemade too?
Oh yes.
It's amazing how that one bite I'm like
Oh,
instantly
yeah.
restored back to health.
Rest of the show, by the way, is gonna be mostly us eating stuff. Just so you guys know.
Hey, you know what? There's a Twitch category for that now.
Of people eating things.
Social eating is a thing, so
Social eating. Alright.
we should feel zero shame right
We
now.
should change that up then.
We're stuffing our faces in front of a live audience of
So,
700 some people.
as we mentioned briefly
Oh, God.
at the beginning of Kyle's half,
It's so good. I mean, it's good, but
it's fall. It's fall here in Southern California, so
cool.
as is the hip and popular thing to do, I went to apple picking this past weekend.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, this is like really homemade then.
Yeah, so I picked the apples. These are wine sap apples, which you can't just go and buy in a store.
What?
This is an heirloom variety of apple.
No.
Yes.
No.
And then on Saturday night, I brought the apples home, and I used my apple core slicer peeler to apple core and slice and peel them, and then I made this apple pie. And as you
Wow.
can see, we've already eaten a substantial amount of it.
It looks delicious.
So this is
Give them a side profile shot. They got to see the layers of
there's,
apple that you
lots
hand-picked.
Lots of apples in there.
Looks great.
So we're gonna
Yeah.
serve some of this up right now to celebrate.
I think my
Oh.
favorite part so far of this pie is that it doesn't contain
Carolina Reaper.
Carolina Reaper anything.
Anything? I'm afraid that this is going
I'm so
everywhere.
thrilled that your pie does not contain one of the world's hottest fucking peppers.
Yeah, I usually don't. I usually leave that out.
Oh God.
It's called
the
for
lingering.
in the recipe,
Lingering.
but there you go. All right, I'm getting pie everywhere.
Looks great. Ooh my goodness. Okay, so I gotta I'm gonna do a scoop on it.
Actually, I could warm it. Do you want it warmed up?
Sure.
Let me warm them up.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Usually provides a nice contrast between the coldness of the ice cream, warmness of the pie.
Oh,
It's just
no.
a match made. Oh, what?
That's horrible.
I thought one of the dogs was.
No, I
like,
lost a piece
coming towards you.
of
Oh, that's
pie
not good.
crust, which I'm gonna eat right now. I
No
don't care.
crust left behind.
This is homemade pie crust.
Whew. Oh. My nose is running from that jerky.
Well, I can tell that was.
Woo!
You weren't making that up there.
What a perfect opportunity! Like, what a perfect time for you to bust out the ice cream.
I know. It's just ideal that this is all planned.
You totally planned all this. You fox.
I mean, I didn't know that you were getting Carolina Reaper stuff in the.
You know, it really is. You know what? I have to respect it though. It wears the name well. Savage.
Yeah.
Savage Jerky. Yeah, it definitely is aptly named. Granted, I'm not sure. You know, they've got other things like jalapeno, which is not, or habanero. Sorry, jalapeno would be pretty weak. But what is this? I need to balance it out with some of the maple buffalo bacon jerky that Paul got.
That's really good.
Oh, that's delicious.
There's no heat or anything.
No.
Yeah.
And it literally is bacon. It's super good. Mmm. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, bacon and ice cream. A match made in heaven. Let me try this, alright? We got a piece of bacon. Bacon jerky. It really is more bacon than jerky, I think. We'll put some ice cream on that. It's like I'm pregnant right now. Anything to get the
pie.
Oh, I'll do that too. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mmm. Yeah. Oh my god. It's so good. I feel like our Twitch view count's going up. After we stopped talking about tech and started just eating shit on camera, like we're getting more viewers. We should do this every time. Just eat a bunch of crap.
Eat?
I mean, it's a lot easier.
All we have to do is eat.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. Okay.
I'm down for that too.
Ice cream's going on. And then we've got...
Here's your fork.
Thank you. You can... Yes, I can scoop you.
A little scoop of ice cream there.
Of course. Is that good?
That's perfect.
Scoop it off of this guy. There you are.
Lovely.
Woo! Oh my god, this
Alright, the fall festival is going really well.
This is great.
We've got pie.
Bacon.
We've got this pumpkin here. I was gonna have us carve the pumpkin, but I've decided against that. I'm just gonna put it here.
Ah, for the scenery.
Yeah.
Getting festive.
Carving it is too much work right now.
Oh yeah. No, I couldn't do it
But look, it's there.
in my current state. Yes. Yeah.
Alright, so now we've got our pie. We can go ahead and maybe look at some donation comments and stuff.
Yeah. All right.
Thought that'd be a good idea.
What do we got here? Let's see. Paul's half. Here we go. First off, from Carl Hall, the $5.01 of Canadiers.
Oh.
Now, Paul, buy Kyle a beer with this and remind him to beware of bottlenecks.
I will.
And Carolina beef jerky.
So you got one that said for you to buy me a beer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I got one for me to buy you a beer.
Now we're square.
So we're alright. We're even.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Pete Lyons, $50. Nice. Paul's Newegg video.
Thank you, Pete.
Helped me build my first rig in 2011.
Oh, that's awesome.
Beautiful.
It's a while back too.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very
Back
much.
in 2011.
Daniel Collins, $10. No comment.
Thank you, Daniel.
The best kind.
It's very, very kind of you.
Very generous. Next up we got El Jefe Reviews, $5.
El Jefe.
What's up, guys? Just here in support of Side B. Cheers from El Jefe.
Cheers,
Sebastian
man.
Casella. Thank you, Sebastian.
This is really good.
Appreciate it, sir. Oh my god, your pie is honestly. What are you doing making YouTube videos?
It's the Alton Brown crust.
You're in the wrong business. This is so good.
Have you ever watched the Alton Brown Good Eats episode?
With this
It
apple
talks
pie.
about pie crust and how it's supposed to be flaky and flaky and tender and flaky. Yeah. But those two things are in opposition to each other. So he goes through this whole thing about how to. So yeah, I use his pie crust method. Anyway,
It worked out beautifully. It's great.
he's a very smart man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right.
He's good stuff.
Uh,
So we got ours.
this one doesn't
$80.
have a person on there.
Yeah, weird. But there's 80.
But it's 80 Argentinians pesos.
Hi guys, I have this A10 78050K. Which GPU should turn this old HTPC into a casual gaming PC? I am using Rocket League and some fighting games, RPGs. Nice show.
For right now, I'd say an GTX 1050 would be a good choice.
Yeah. Yeah, Rocket League and like basic fighting games, you don't really need much horsepower for that. So.
And an A10 7850K isn't going to be able to keep up with much beyond that either.
Yeah, true. Benedict T, $5.
Benedict.
Finally able to tune in after a long time. Did a lot of assignments ahead of time to be able to tune in to
Nice.
the ultra spooky Halloween show next week.
Oh yeah, that's coming next week.
Next week's gonna be fun. Paul and I already have our Halloween costumes picked out. We're
We
keeping
do.
that. You haven't announced yours yet, right?
Not really, no.
Keeping it a secret. Next Tuesday, you'll all will be revealed. It'll be pretty epic. So stay tuned for that. Kane Harris, 5 Australian perhaps. Paul, get Zero Insertion Force pullover hoodies. And just how much do you hate front panel audio, Paul? I hate it too. It's like the bastard FPC.
It sucks. It really sucks a lot of the time. Mm-hmm. Often the circuitry going to the front panel connector is completely different than what's going to the back connector. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it sucks sometimes.
They just threw it in with like the other ones.
Zero Insertion Force hoodies, I don't have plans.
Maybe
With
you
that,
should.
it's like it's a design with lots of different colors and everything, so it's a little bit more complex to set up than just like this logo is. So that's why the hoodies are the way they're at. I might consider it. Maybe a limited run or something like that.
Yeah.
But thank you, Kane.
Thanks, man.
Machine V2.
$10. Can I buy your old sponsor hardware you don't use for cheap? Pretty please, trying to build my brother a cheap gaming PC. Machine, we get asked that pretty much weekly.
Daily.
Daily, if not. It's just a lot of work, honestly, to box up, first of all, I mean, we're not going to sell anyone anything that's half working or not fully functional, so before we ever sell or get rid of anything, we usually test it, right? And then we have to, like, just do a little quality control, and then we have to, like, box it up, like, package it, make sure that it's going to, like, secure, and go to the post office and, like, ship it out. Like, yeah, it doesn't seem like a big thing, but it really is. It takes a lot of time and effort to do that sort of thing, and so I feel like that's why we generally don't sell a lot of our stuff to fans. Occasionally, Paul and I, in the past, we've done a fan meetup locally, so anyone who's like in our area can meet up with us and like purchase some of the stuff that the excess hardware we have. So many burps right now, for a very good price. I think I sold like a Lian Li case the last time for like $10. It's like a $150 case. So I was like, $10, and that's pretty much how we get rid of stuff when it comes to like pawning it off to like you guys and viewers and stuff like that. So if you're ever in the area, maybe look out for one of those meetups. But thank you for your donation nonetheless. NZ
Thank you, sir.
Udin or Udin. Udin. 10 British pounds.
10 pounds.
Ran
Sterling.
or Ryzen 1700 at 4 gigahertz at 1.357 volts. Okay. Tried tweaking RAM from auto to XMP, but can't hit even 3.1 anymore with any voltage. Tried going to default in BIOS, but no luck hitting anything above 3. Any advice? Can't hit 3.1 anymore? Is it on the
XMP,
1700?
depending on your board, might be specific to the RAM. Some boards do other settings along with XMP settings, assuming that you're planning on overclocking and stuff
we
like
need to
that.
know what RAM kit you're using.
I would say your 4 gigahertz 1.375 volts overclock is just fine, and I would stick with that as a manual overclock rather than trying to mix with XMP stuff.
Yeah.
If that helps. Yeah.
Yep. Jake 3D, $10.
Jake
I was
3D.
originally thinking FreeNAS, not Unraid. Don't want to pay for Unraid. Oops. What has been your experience with FreeNAS? Also missed my first comment on Kyle's half. Blue RGB pants is beating up.
My experience with FreeNAS has been good. Yeah, I mean it's a very intelligently designed file system as far as ZFS goes, and FreeNAS has a lot of functionality considering that it's free software. So I've enjoyed using it and deploying it and stuff. Actually, I need to rebuild my FreeNAS right now. It's not currently in use, but I liked it a lot. So if that's something you're looking into, I'd recommend checking it out, especially if you don't want to pay for Unraid. Thank you, Jake.
Jeremiah Hoyt.
Jeremiah.
$5. How old are you guys? When did you build your first PC? Did you ever have barb fittings and a water cooling loop? No, I've never had barb fittings and a water cooling loop. I've usually used like EK fittings, to be honest, because they've been a primary sponsor in the past. When did I first build my first PC? 2011, I think, after I got the job at Newegg, and Paul helped me. We actually built a system together. My first build ever was actually on video. We did a little speed build between me and Joanne. Joanne Tech Lover. That's the very first build I did, where I actually tried installing the motherboard to the case without standoffs, because I just didn't know that standoffs were a thing.
That's a classic.
And I got so much shit for that. And then I finally built my own personal PC about a month later at home, all on my own. Booted it up for the first time. All the lights turned on, the fan spun up, and it was like, it was magic. It was pure magic. What about you?
I built my first PC when I was, I think, I did some upgrades on we had an HP desktop, like one of those flat desktops when I was like 14, and we did like memory upgrades on it. I built my first PC that I built off of a bare bones system that I got at Fry's. I think I was 15 or 16. And what else? Did I ever have barb fittings? I've used water cooling loops with barb fittings. I haven't. I don't think that's like something I've used in a system I've built or anything. I've used barb fittings, I guess. I should say.
Yeah.
I hope that's a good enough answer. But thank you, Jeremiah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Arcanum Luminarium.
Luminarium. $5. I also want to thank you guys for the raid on my girlfriend Curious Codex last week.
Oh, nice.
Oh, sweet. I released a video on my channel showcasing her reaction on my channel. She did have, like, to be honest, we've raided a lot of people on Twitch. She had one of the most genuine and entertaining reactions we've seen.
She began weeping immediately.
Yeah. Anytime there are tears or shed.
It set the bar for us.
Cue Waterworks. I'm like, all right, we got to top this
Who
one.
can we make cry this
So
week?
we're honored to have given her that shout out and to get her partnered, as she mentioned earlier.
Awesome.
Congrats to both of you guys. Gerald, $10. Fiance, oh sorry, I heard that as fiance. Finance a boutique-built PC, or be patient and buy parts over time. My wife and I are expecting our first child in December, and building right now is out of the question. But my i5 3750K is showing its age. So I'd buy your parts over time if you can troubleshoot them and make sure that they're not defective. Because if the issue with buying your parts over time is that, you know, after, let's say, 6 months you've acquired all the parts, you assemble the system and turn it on, you find out, like, the RAM's dead or something, but your warrant or your return policy for whatever site you bought it through is no longer accepting returns. You gotta, like, deal with the manufacturer to see if, like, the warranty is still good and shit like that. I generally recommend buying all your parts at once if you possibly can. What you could do is just save up money. Just save up money over time, and then when you finally have enough money, buy all the parts at once and just assemble the system. That's a much better way to go. And then you'll also prevent yourself from, like, second guessing yourself when you're, like, you know, you've got, like, half the parts already, and, like, you know, it's like 4 months later, you're like, wait, should I have really bought that SSD? Maybe I'll buy this SSD. Like, just buy everything at once. It makes it so much easier, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'd agree. See if you can hold out with this 3750K a little bit longer, and wait till your kid's born.
Yeah,
Make
kids
sure,
first.
Make sure that everything comes out all right there, and then maybe you'll have some spare money to spend. But congratulations, and I hope you enjoy being a father.
Yes.
Gerald, $2 donation. This was supposed to be a question, not a statement.
Oh yeah, I think we got that.
That was supposed to be a question. Oh, okay. Yeah. that was a supplemental.
Yes.
Heather
Hansen.
Wifey Sauce.
Heather, Wifey Sauce, $5. Kyle, save some room because I actually made dinner tonight. Paul, I can't wait to see your Halloween costume this weekend.
I'm
Love
looking
Wifey
forward
Sauce.
to it.
Yes, Wifey Sauce already knows what Paul's going to be.
Nice.
And she's taunting all of you with it.
I'm ready for dinner too. Although this pie is really good.
CCM, what up,
CCM?
Chris, use the Reaper Jerky for the next Stack Attack. Brilliant idea. I was thinking the same thing. Also, I think it would be a great night for an after party. For a change.
Do you mean now or Halloween night?
He must mean Halloween night because I don't think I'm in. I don't think I'm in quite the position to do an after party tonight. Having dinner with Heather and all afterwards, but
I still need to get games loaded.
Yeah, we gotta get games loaded.
I haven't done that.
Maybe there's a special thing we could do where we cut the show a little bit shorter, like we ended at like 7:30, 7:45ish, and then we do like a little after party. You know what I mean? Like we used to or whatever.
We could always continue playing Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time.
Yes, that was a lot of fun actually.
We did that briefly.
That was a good game. But yes, we'll definitely consider that. Thank you very much, CC. Chris Wesley, $5. Need help with a 4K budget build? Can you guys help? Sure. But we would need a lot more information.
Yes.
Than
No, he followed up. Chris Wesley, $10 donation.
Okay.
4K video editing budget build. Can you guys help?
Every donation is just like one more tidbit of information.
Donate.
Like,
continue to donate increasing
$100
dollar
more
amounts,
and
with,
we'll have
with ever slightly
info.
more information each time. We'll eventually get to a point where everything's fine.
Just hit us up on Twitter. It's free.
Yeah, go get a Threadripper 1950X and a GTX 1070.
There you go. Adam W.
Or 1920X.
$5. Paul, I want to send you a gift and involve you in some minor shenanigans with someone you know. Can I contact you directly?
Someone I know? Sure, Adam.
pretty kinky.
I'm not sure how the best way to contact me directly. Honestly, I get people attempting to contact me all the time, so I phase a lot of it out, I guess.
Yeah,
so
you can't help it, yeah.
I don't know what the best way would be. for you to contact
maybe
but I'm
to
not
tweet at you like
opposed to it.
in all caps with like screaming bloody murder.
Yeah,
like,
saying,
notice me, senpai!
hey, it's Adam W. Whatever. But then I go for like a couple days at a time without looking at Twitter and stuff.
Even that's missable. So
it's lost. So I'm
hard.
sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah, Adam, I'm open. I just I need some more details there, whatever.
Indeed.
All right, we're gonna end today's show as we typically do with some Johnson's shoutouts to people who have donated, and then we're going to do a
Twitch raid.
A Twitch raid.
Word.
For anyone who wants to get there early, we're Twitch raiding Osiris, OSIREZ, on Twitch, as pointed out to us by Cell. I believe that's Osiris Reviews. I think. Cell says he's playing Destiny 2.
He is playing Destiny 2.
But before you guys jump over there and say hi, a couple quick shout-outs to people who've ordered stuff. First for Robert. From the Netherlands. Oh my goodness. All the way from the Netherlands. Got the stainless steel bottle opener and the decal. Thank you so much, Robert. Derek from Texas also got the pub glass 2-glass set. Thank you so much, Derek, for your support. Much obliged. Those are my Johnsons for tonight.
I got one from Daniel. Thank you very much, Daniel Johnson, to you for picking up a Beware Bottleneck shirt, as well as an Evolution in Heavy Metal Gray, guys. Nice. You have been outstanding. The person we are Twitch rating tonight is Osiris. That's O-S-I-R-E-Z.
He has 4 viewers right now.
4 viewers. Let's make it 400 at least.
Tell him that we sent you.
Rock his effing world. Make him cry like we did to the last person.
And if this is the same Osiris as Osiris Reviews, he also does reviews on YouTube that are quite good.
Why, yes.
If that's the same person. I think it's the same person.
It has to be.
It's a very distinct name.
Yes.
But anyway, go say hi to Osiris, and thanks to all of you guys for watching Awesome Hardware this evening. We really appreciate you guys stopping by. Hit the thumbs up button on the way out if you did enjoy today's episode. And it's still fall festival.
Fall time.
All right, and we'll be both of us have awesome videos we're gonna post this week. So subscribe to our channels, all that good stuff.
Word.
All right. Bye guys.
Bye. See you later.